Glenn Ignazio is with us, former major in the U.S. Air Force and in special operations with them. Glenn, look, how much the playbook changes a lot, right? But second of all, the Israelis now, and we've heard this rhetoric, all-out war. What was before will not be tomorrow, on and on and on. The Israelis, to me, are signaling that there is going to be a different kind of warfare than anything we've seen, perhaps since the Yom Kippur War, of the way they fight.
Yeah, I agree. This is going to be something that's without restraint. I mean, in the past, you know, the international community sort of really came down on Israel for, first, they do preemptive attacks. That's the best thing to protect themselves. They also were very heavy-handed. So there was a lot of political pressure from outside, and maybe they pulled back from that. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter right now. Israel is a very intense, focused, and disciplined force, and they're going to go and take care of Hamas. The problem with that is it's going to leave a lot of collateral damage and bloodshed, but they're going to make sure that this never happens again. And if that means that's wiping out Hamas as a total force, then it will be. And I feel that that is what he is absolutely signaling.
Yeah, and the flip side of that, and you point out collateral damage, that the world sort of holds Israel to a much higher standard, an almost impossible standard when it comes to civilian deaths compared to Hamas, who indiscriminately target civilians. So there's an enormous difference in terms of sort of the morality of the fighting forces. Israel was attacked, Hamas was the attackers. But I'm wondering, just in terms of from a purely operational standpoint, we've seen the Israelis before trade 1,000 prisoners for one soldier. That was Gilad Shalit. But once you've got 50 or so hostages or 100 hostages inside of Gaza, and I hate to say this, but at some point you kind of can't worry about the hostages. You've got to just go out and fight the war and then let the chips fall where they may. And I'm wondering, from a tactical standpoint, as you're watching tanks flow south towards Gaza, what this war is going to look like.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, from my standpoint, especially the combat rescue standpoint, you want to get every possible person out, 100% mission success. I think that's changed here, and I can't read his mind, but I believe that Netanyahu, and especially the defense cabinet that they have, is going to be focusing on, again, stopping Hamas and also going after the individuals that caused this. I completely agree, but I don't think that there's going to be restraint because there are hostages. I think they're going to do the best job that they can, but the idea, and I hate to say it, but it's true, is that sacrificing a few for many is something that is going to be considered for this. Like I said, everybody says restraint right now, restraint. You know, it's hard to get punched in the face and cut very badly from Hamas and then say, hey, practice restraint, as some of the U.S. politicians have said. I think Israel is going to make a very big push. For most people, they don't realize that Gaza Strip is only 25 miles by 7 miles in the widest area. And with the formidable force that Israel has, they're going to be able to strategically, very surgically target these individuals, take it out. But they're not going to hold back. This is going to be a full-out war, full-out attack with speed and violence of action.
Yeah. Violence of action is something that the Israelis know how to do, but have not for a while. I think the Israelis are saying that Hamas does not know what they will have brought upon themselves, and I think that may be true in terms of what we're going to be seeing over the next.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.